friends, happy full moon in Sagittarius, happening June 14th, 2022. What's up? My name's Kelsey. I'm here to share with you my wisdom of the cosmos and give you some helpful tools and tips to really embody the cosmic frequencies that are a part of our solar system and a part of our beingness here on Earth. Okay, so full moon in Sag. It feels a little tense. It feels a little confusing and possibly overwhelming. And I'm going to explain why, but also this is a collective reading. So this is really gathering in all the energies of one, whoever's watching this, but two, the general themes that are happening on the planet during this moon. Now, your experience with the full moon may be totally different from someone else's. It really depends on what's happening in your specific chart, but we will just dive into the themes of this Sag full moon. So the reason I say it might be confusing, it might be overwhelming. Okay, so a full moon is about illumination. It's about really coming to a realization of something that we've been feeling, something that's happening in our internal experience, maybe even our mindset, perhaps within our bodies, within our physical experience. It's really mind, body, soul. But when a full moon comes around, it can be heightened energy. It's peak energy. It's the moon at its brightest. So the moon is opposing the sun, which is in Gemini. So the Gemini-Sagittarius axis in astrology has a lot to do with communication, with mindsets, and with perspectives. So a full moon in Sag, we could be really shifting our perspective or realizing a perspective that is no longer serving us, because the moon helps us to move through cycles and to go through the waves of life. And at a full moon, after the full moon, we're going to be doing a number of sheddings when it comes to, again, different things on the mind, body, soul level. So the confusing part of this is that the moon and the sun are making a kind of a tense aspect to Neptune and Pisces, and Neptune rules illusion and it rules confusion. It's like the unknown area. It's mysterious. It's where things are foggy in our minds in this case, and the information we're taking in. So part of me is wondering if this is a little bit to do with media and because Sagittarius and Gemini, this is about communication and information. So we could be getting mixed messages. So of whatever the nature is for you. But I would invite you to feel into your truth. Sagittarius rules truth, okay? It rules your perspective. So this is really an opportunity for you to choose your perspective. What do you want to focus on? And this is information that is useful, I think, at any time, but definitely taking into consideration this chart, I would say check in with your truth. Does it ring true to you? Write that down. Does this ring true to you? And your truth, your perspective is what you will experience in the physical world. This is quantum physics. This is science. So tuning into your mind, what do you want to believe? What do you want to have faith in? What do you want to trust and surrender into? Neptune and Pisces, faith and truth is Sagittarius, and Gemini. You could say it's a prefrontal cortex. Like this is how you are absorbing and processing information. So harmonizing that relationship with your inner truth and what you want to see with your physical eyes. Easier said than done, but things like law of attraction or even Dr. Joe Dispenza, because he really does go into the science and the quantum physics of law of attraction, which some might feel is woo-woo, but to me is just straight up science. So that's something kind of big that I noticed. The other interesting thing is Mars will be conjunct Chiron in Aries. Jupiter will also be in Aries at this time. This feels like we are seeing possibly shadow aspects of being in ego, whether that be someone in your immediate experience, someone on the collective level, who's hot, who's getting a little impulsive right now. But again, I think Chiron has to do with our inner wounds. So this is always bring it back to yourself. Where are you feeling limited? Where are you feeling lack? Where are you feeling frustrated and like you want to take action, but there's limitations, there's things that are holding you back? And how can you use this full moon? Like the full moon will probably illuminate those themes in your life, but how can you just give yourself that love? Give yourself the love. Check in with yourself and be real with yourself. Your journal is going to be your best friend at this time. Like, let it all out and don't hold judgments on yourself. You might as well give yourself love. In my experience, limiting beliefs and shadow aspects of myself come up and I'm like, oh, this feels yucky and like, but you got to be your own best friend at the end of the day. Okay, so this is going to give you a really full view, Sagittarius rules perspective. So you're getting a big opening in your mind and your beliefs and your awareness on how you want to move forward and where you're limiting yourself and where you're limiting yourself specifically in your belief systems and in your mindsets. There's also a really strong focus on Taurus energy again, because we've got now Venus conjunct the North Node and Uranus conjunct the North Node in Taurus. Okay, the North Node is where we're all being invited to move towards for a 2-year cycle. So this feels like, yes, we are awakening to resources, money. This is Taurus themes, resources, money. What do you really value? And this is coming to the forefront right now. And Venus is a planet of harmony. So I think that the more you can connect to Earth at this time and really ground into how you are a cyclical being and how you are one with nature, the more you realize that these wounds and these sort of ego mindsets, limiting beliefs, hard work, blah, 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 is just not serving you anymore. We're here to live a harmonious life. Okay, so anchoring that into your body. What does harmony feel like to you? What is what is feeling good? What things make you feel good in this physical experience? Tap into the 5 senses, do more of that, get out of the mind, get into the body. The mind is great. We've been utilizing it. It's taken us so many places that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our powerful computers, that is our brains. But it's time to really start embodying what this utopia vision that maybe we've been collectively moving towards, but how can we just be about it? Just be here on Earth and really, realize that harmony is our birthright and abundance and prosperity and all those wonderful things and feeling good and health and well-being. So, it feels like it's pretty juicy, this full moon. I pulled cards as usual. So I've got the Oracle, Oracle card was Earth School. This is very Sagittarius, by the way, very Taurus. So it says study and higher learning. So maybe this full moon is illuminating for you where you want to start learning more. And learning in the sense of beyond just books, like really experiential. Sagittarius is culture, it's travel. And again, it's broadening perspectives. And in my experience, travel has completely changed my life because I have a totally different view on what life could be. So this is a time, we are on Earth. You came to Earth to, have fun and create, but also by being in this sort of dense experience, we are learning and growing inevitably. So where do you want to learn? Where do you want to learn a little bit about yourself? Maybe it's things around what I mentioned, the mind and changing your perspective, but this is experiential in nature, okay? And the other thing I have here is a tarot card for you, and I pulled the 9 of Swords, okay? And this feels like similar to the Gemini reading that I did, New Moon in Gemini, which was we had a bit of tense energy and a bit of overwhelm. This can be anxiety, this can be limiting beliefs, this can be really realizing where you're limiting yourself in the mind. you could say, okay, but this is just the way it is. This is just what I'm dealt. These are the cards that I'm dealt, right? But by taking responsibility for the fact that you actually have a brain that can choose, that is malleable, you can change your mindset, you can change your experience. Having grown from a lot of anxiety in my life, I had major anxiety, and it was not a good time, but I've now realized that by doing the expansion of my mind and being open and curious to other ways of thinking and being, my life's completely different. And I'm not anxiety free, but I have a handle on it because I know what my truth is, and my truth is harmony and well-being and prosperity. So so this full moon could be illuminating some areas where we're feeling limited and overwhelmed, but giving us the energy and the momentum to take action in a direction of self-healing and changing our perspective. So happy full moon in Sagittarius, and sending you so much love.